Video talking about the skincare products that I wish I had a lifetime supply of. Today I'm going to talk about each of these products more in depth, tell you more information about them, and tell you if there's another product that I find to be pretty similar. Starting off with the Skinfix Foaming Oil Cleanser. This is one of my favorite cleansers of all time. It is so hydrating, so non-stripping, foaming, but it's not a super foamy foam. This cleanser is a go-to no matter what the scenario, but I especially like to use it on days that I'm not wearing makeup and I'm just going to use one cleanser. Even though it's called an oil cleanser, it's not an oil cleanser that you would use to rub into your skin dry to break down makeup. I personally use it as a second cleanse. The brand says you can use it as either step, but if you're expecting it to be more like a Korean style oil cleanser, it's not that. If you're looking for a product that's similar to the Skinfix Foaming Oil Cleanser, the closest one I have found is the Prequel Gleanser. The Prequel Gleanser, obviously the bottle is much bigger. Unfortunately, this is not available to Canadians. I'm pretty sure it's sold in the US only. If you happen to drive across the border and you go to Target, they do have it there now, but I do prefer the Skinfix Foaming Oil Cleanser. I find that it has a nicer foam, but I also like that when I rinse it off my face, it doesn't leave a film behind and I can really be sure that I rinsed it all off my face. The Anua Heartleaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. I have gone through so many bottles of this. I really can't remember how many off the top of my head. This has been the most lightweight cleanser. It has broken down my makeup super quickly, effortlessly. It rinses off really well. I personally haven't had a bad reaction to it. Some people just seem to not get along well with Anua Heartleaf products. My skin loves them, and this has been a staple. This is my favorite cleansing oil, but if I have to recommend another one that is also lightweight that I really like too, it's the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil. This one also very lightweight, breaks down my makeup easily. Neither one of these leave any eye fog. They don't leave a film behind. They don't irritate my skin. Anua did come out with a light version of this cleansing oil. I personally don't like it because I find that it has a really strong eucalyptus rosemary type scent to it, and it's supposed to be for sensitive skin. That scent is a little bit irritating to me and irritating to my skin, so I prefer the original. Next in the Anua Heartleaf line is the Intense Calming Cream. I love this in the wintertime or when it's cold out. It's a rich cream, but it absorbs really quickly into the skin. It doesn't sit on top of my skin. It doesn't feel waxy. It doesn't pill. It's just very hydrating and nourishing. Again, if you've tried Anua Heartleaf products and they don't work for you, I'm not going to bet on this one working for you because it does have Heartleaf in it. I find Heartleaf to be very soothing and calming to my skin, great for irritation. If this product didn't work for you and you want something else that is also very rich and nourishing, I'm going to go with the Skin 1004 Probiotica Enriched Cream. This one is, I believe, Fermented Santella. This one actually has a similar kind of stringiness to it that snail mucin does. You can see right there, there's like a little bit of stringiness to it, but it also absorbs really nicely into my skin. It doesn't feel thick, very soothing and very smoothing. This is one of those moisturizers that when I put it on, I can feel that my skin feels really nourished and plump. Next up is I'm from Mugar Essence. This is another product that I have gone through so many bottles of, and I'm very sorry to say, nothing compares. There's nothing at all that is similar to this. I have tried a lot of products, and I've tried to find something that's similar to this because it's a little bit pricey. It's usually around $40 Canadian, but nothing compares. This is soothing. This is antibacterial, antiseptic, something else. Anti all the bad things. This is so good when your skin is irritated, sensitized, if you're having breakouts, you have a sunburn, you have eczema, you have rosacea, anything like that. This calms my skin down so much, and I notice a difference when I stop using it. As I said, I don't have a product that is similar to this, but I did try out the Round Lab Mugar Essence. This one came down to a personal preference. It's not a bad product, but personally, I prefer the Mugwort Essence. I found that there was a more noticeable difference to my skin. This one did help soothe and calm my skin. This was just kind of a light version of this, and I feel like my skin needs this one. Next is Prequel Lucent-C. This vitamin C, I've also gone through multiple bottles of this because it is so incredibly good. Prequel Lucent-C, in my opinion, is very similar to CE Ferulic. This is under $30 US. This is over $200 Canadian, plus tax. CE Ferulic is a cult classic. And honestly, if you were to put these in unlabeled bottles and give them both to me to try out for a month or two, I prefer this one. I have never been able to finish a bottle of CE Ferulic without it going completely orange and oxidizing. As a matter of fact, I actually think this one is This one is actually completely oxidized. You can see how orange it is. I've never been able to finish that. And for something that is over $200, that's crazy. When it comes to brightening and evening out your complexion and fading dark spots, CE Ferulic is actually very, very effective. The main drawback for me is the price. When it comes to Lucent-C, I find that it has a lot of the same benefits that CE Ferulic does. It works just as well as CE Ferulic. This one actually leaves my skin a little bit glowier, which I prefer. They both do have that hot dog water smell. CE Ferulic is so much stronger than Lucent-C. Because I'm comparing the smell to CE Ferulic and how strong this gets, I do not mind the smell in here, especially considering the fact that I have finished multiple bottles of this and at most it has turned slightly yellow, never orange. I just find this so much more effective and so much more worth your money. Another one from Prequel is the Universal Skin Solution. This is a hypochlorous acid spray. I took forever to start using hypochlorous acid because I couldn't figure out how to use it. I didn't know what it was for. I didn't know if I needed it. I started using it and let me tell you, it made such a big difference for my skin. I have perioral dermatitis along my chin. I have seborrheic dermatitis on my hairline. I get eczema. I have all the dermatitis. This helps to soothe your skin, purify your skin, calm it down. It helps to alleviate any itchiness or burning that you have from any skin conditions, and it works really, really well. I've recently been getting microneedling done, and I also find this very, very effective for cleansing your skin in that first 24 hours where you're not supposed to use any products on your skin. This has been a lifesaver. When my seborrheic dermatitis is flaring up, I just go along my hairline, spray it, and just let it sit. One thing to mention about a hypochlorous acid, whether it's this one, Tower 28, Element, or any kind of hypochlorous acid, if you are using something like vitamin C, you need to make sure this completely dries down before you go in with this, just to make sure that you don't completely neutralize your vitamin C. You can also use this post-gym, by the way. If you suffer from acne or you get breakouts from sweat just sitting on your skin, you can spray this on your skin and it's going to help to do a quick cleanse until you get home and can wash your face. Dr. Sural Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence, one of my favorite products of all time. It comes in this bi-phase type of product. You do have to shake it up. It's a creamy essence. It's milky, it's soothing, it's so nourishing, it's so plumping, it leaves my skin glowy. It's so good in the wintertime. My skin is so reactive to the cold, so using a product like this just helps give my skin and my skin barrier an extra layer of protection and extra soothing. It has kombucha extract in here, and honestly, this is one of the most deeply hydrating products that I use on my skin. The most similar thing I have found, and you can see how similar it looks, is the Medipeel is the Medipeel Heil Kombucha Detox Toner. It is basically the exact same thing, but I find this one to be slightly lighter on my skin. Another difference is that it also does have a slight scent to it. They have a similar type of hydration, similar type of nourishing, similar plumping effect. I would just say the Medipeel is the light version of the Dr. Sural. Morad Cellular Hydration Repair Serum. This serum has saved my skin from retinoid irritation. I started using this with my tretinoin. It helped alleviate the flakiness, the dryness. Even after switching from Tret to Arazlo, I continued using this and I have had minimal irritation. I do still get a little bit of flakiness, but it's nowhere near as much as before. It's a serum, but it's a little bit milky, a little bit creamy. It does have a fragrance to it, so if you're sensitive to fragrance, that's something to note. It has hexapeptide 9, which helps to restore the skin at the cellular level. So if you're looking for a serum for your barrier, this is my favorite one that I have tried. I have also gone through multiple bottles of these, and this is one of those products that I cannot find an alternative for, and I kind of wish I could, because this is $97 Canadian plus tax. This is one of those products that I definitely recommend picking up during the Sephora sale. That's what I'm gonna do because I love it so much and it helps me so much with my retinoids. Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Peel. Whenever I show this product, I always say, do not use it daily. If you want to, that's up to you. If your skin can handle that, it's up to you. For most people, that's gonna be way too harsh. It took me a very long time to build up my tolerance to this product. And even now that it's been years, I use it twice a week just to play it safe. I kind of just play it by ear and let my skin tell me when it needs to be exfoliated. And now that I'm on Arazlo, which is a stronger retinoid, These work so well for my skin. It's always about finding your balance with your skincare. Don't force it. Don't force yourself to stick to a certain schedule of the week. If you're saying that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have to do this and this and this, you're going to miss out on those key signs that your skin is telling you that, hey, I might need some hydration, or hey, I need to be exfoliated, or even if you just need to take a little break from your actives. I kind of take my skincare intuitively and I just listen to my skin. This is very strong. Even now that I've been using it for so long, I do get burning and tingling when I use it. There is a sensitive version that I haven't tried. There's also an extra strength version that I have tried and I had a horrible reaction to. And actually, when I was using Tret, this was too strong for me. An exfoliant that worked way better for me while I was on Tret is the Paula's Choice 6% mandelic acid and 2% lactic acid liquid exfoliant. This one is so much more gentle. It was so gentle that I honestly could have used this daily. I didn't because obviously I was using Tret, but no burning, no irritation, no flaking. It was just so gentle, so effective. So if you need exfoliation, but you find this to be a little bit too strong for you, this is going to be my second favorite. A new addition to my routine that I included is the Haru Haru Black Rice Probiotic Barrier Essence. I love this one so much. This is going to be so great for the fall and winter, especially because I live in Canada. It gets pretty cold. This is a rich, creamy essence. You can see how thick the texture is there. It almost feels like a super lightweight lotion. A lot of people have a misconception that oily skin does not need hydration, when in fact, hydration has been the #1 thing that has helped keep my oiliness under control. Products like this, milky toners, essences, have been a staple for me since I introduced them. The first milky product I ever used and fell in love with was the Laneige Cream Skin Toner. This is the original formula. The reformulated version, unfortunately, does not work for me. It made me break out, but this original one was gold. I love it. This is why I refused to finish this bottle, because it was just so good for my skin. But ever since then, I've been trying a lot of milky toners, essences, and this one, as soon as I started testing it out, I knew I was going to love it. It's hard to see, but when I hold it up to the light, I can see that I'm down to here. I've had it for about a month. If you have dry skin, sensitive skin, dehydrated skin, oily skin, this is a product that I can see working for so many people. Now, when I first tested it out, I immediately realized that it was actually very similar to a product that is pretty popular. It's the Rhode Glazing Milk. It's also a thicker, creamy type of essence. I think the Rhode Glazing Milk is actually a little bit thicker than the Haru Haru Wonder, but they are very similar in texture and how they make my skin feel. I know some people were concerned about the fact that the Rhode contains coconut alkanes. Some people are sensitive to that. I don't want anyone to think that just because it has that, it's going to break you out. Whether or not something is going to make you break out is totally individual. Some people are sensitive to certain products and other people aren't. And aside from it just being certain ingredients, formulation matters more than anything. These two are very similar in texture and hydration, but if you want something that doesn't contain coconut alkanes, this is a safe bet. Torridon Dive-In Soothing Cream. I recently finished this one completely empty. I love this. This is called a cream, but it's more like a gel-like consistency. I literally have none left, so I can't show you what it's like, but it's a lightweight gel-like moisturizer. It is so incredibly hydrating. It's full of hyaluronic acid. It literally feels like you're giving your skin a glass of water when you put it on. Not only does it have a watery-like texture, it literally feels like you're infusing water into your skin, and your skin looks like you drank 3 liters of water. I love using this one in the summertime. I love using it during the daytime, even in the winter. It's very lightweight, and because I'm prone to milia, I prefer to use gel-like moisturizers during the daytime. Using gel-like moisturizers has actually made a difference in the recurrence of my milia. This is one of my favorites. It's forever a repurchase. Now that I've finished this, I've gone back to another favorite gel-like moisturizer, and it's the Skinfix Skin Barrier Restoring Gel Cream. This one is also very lightweight. It's slightly creamier than the Torridon. It's very hydrating, very soothing. My skin feels hydrated, but it doesn't feel oily. Unfortunately, it is quite a bit more expensive than the Torridon, but my skin really loves this one too. Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel has quickly become one of my favorite sunscreens. It's very lotion-like. It has no white cast, no eye burn, easy to reapply, no pilling, very hydrating, leaves my skin glowy, which is one of my favorite things in a sunscreen. My only gripe with this sunscreen is that it comes in such a small bottle, and when you're supposed to be reapplying multiple times a day, you go through this quickly, which I absolutely have. It's almost finished. I'm down to here. My favorite sunscreen of all time was the Purito Daily Go-To Sunscreen. Purito has undergone rebranding, reformulating. Unfortunately, they got rid of this sunscreen. There is no direct replacement for it. I tried the new Centella sunscreen. Did not work for me. I didn't like how it felt on my skin. So I started a whole new sunscreen search. I've been posting videos about it. And in doing this sunscreen search, looking for a replacement for this, Isntree has become one of my favorites. But also the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sunscreen is also another one of my favorites. Way Scalp Serum. I have PCOS. I have experienced significant hair loss, significant hair thinning because of PCOS. This has made a difference in my hair. I was really consistent with using it because I did a test for a couple months and it made a difference in the density, especially along my hairline. It helped my scalp and my hair so much. Healthy hair starts at the scalp, so taking care of the skin on your scalp is very important. I haven't found a replacement for this, which is unfortunate because it is also, I think it's $97 Canadian, which is pricey, but it works. So if you're someone like me that experiences quite a bit of self-consciousness because of your hair and how thin it is and hair loss, this has helped the density of my hair. It has helped my scalp. It has helped the health of my hair. So I cannot recommend it enough. It is pricey, so I recommend getting it at the Sephora sale. I'm going to keep looking for an alternative because of how pricey it is, but if you want to know if it works, it absolutely works. Next is the L'Occitane Almond Shower Oil. I've gone through so many bottles of this also. This is why it's in my list of products I wish I had a lifetime supply of. This feels so luxurious on your skin. You can use a puff or a sponge or however you choose to wash your body. I kind of like going in with a bar soap first and then going in with this. I like to just pour it in my hands and then rub it over my skin. It makes like a light lather, but you still get that like luxurious oily type of feeling on your skin. It smells so soft. It smells almondy, a little bit powdery. It smells just like luxury spa. It feels so nice on your skin. It layers well with so many fragrances. This is one of my favorite body washes and favorite body skincare products because even when I'm having a little bit of an eczema flare-up, my skin tolerates this really well. And it just feels nice to have an option that isn't completely unscented because I love smelling good. I've also not found a suitable alternative to this, so I just wanted to include it in my list because it's one of my favorite skincare products. It's kind of in between skincare and fragrance because I love how it feels on my skin, but I also love using it to layer fragrances with, so best of both worlds. That's it for my skincare products that I wish I had a lifetime supply of and some alternatives. If you have any questions on any of these products, please let me know. I will happily answer them in the comments. And make sure you give me a follow. This is my first long form YouTube specific video. And if you also have a second, I would appreciate if you could follow me on my other platforms because I am working very hard at getting content out on all of them. My Instagram is more makeup specific. My TikTok is a little bit more fragrance and skincare. YouTube is going to be everything. I am a professional makeup artist by trade. I love fragrance. I love skincare. So there's just a little bit of everything everywhere.